with the diesel power plants. So we have already discussed in our previous lecture that diesel power plant produces the power from the diesel. Diesel is taken as a fuel, okay, and it is a diesel engine exactly, which is considered as the internal combustion engine. It's a 4-stroke or a 2-stroke engine. Okay, so diesel electric power plants vary in the range of 2 to 50 megawatt, and it can be used as a standby or emergency plants. Only when the load increases above its limits, only then the diesel power plants are switched on. So, but in continuous mode, it is not economical as compared to the other power plants like thermal power plant or hydro power plant. So it is not economical to use the diesel power plant as a base load power plant. The various applications for diesel power plant are in the mobile electric plants, standby units, emergency power plants, starting stations of existing plants, and central power stations. Okay, so these are the various areas where the diesel power plants are used. And this one is the layout for the diesel power plant. And the main component in this diesel power plant is the diesel engine. Okay, and there are the different areas, like first is the fuel supply system is there, then air supply system is there, then lubrication oil supply system is there, then cooling system, exhaust system, and finally this engine is connected with the generator. Okay, let's see the different systems. The first is the fuel supply system, where the main components are fuel tank. Then the input fuel, that is the diesel, is filtered and is pumped into the diesel engine. Okay, then there is the air supply system. The air is taken from the atmosphere, which is then compressed and filtered and then entered into the diesel engine. Sometimes there is another device like superchargers are there after this compressor stage. Okay, superchargers are there whose function is to further increase the pressure of the input air that is supplied to the diesel engine. उसका pressure और ज़्यादा increase करने के लिए here the superchargers are included after this compressor stage, and then it is filtered and entered into the diesel engine. Then there is the lubricating oil supply system is there. This lubrication oil is needed for the internal parts of the diesel engine, as all the parts are mechanical. Okay, so the lubrication is necessary so as to maintain the friction within the limits. Okay, so there is the lubrication oil tank. Then pump is there to take the oil from the tank, and then it is filtered and entered into the diesel engine. As the temperature inside the diesel engine is very much high, okay, so to control that high temperature there are air coolers, and this cooling system is there. Okay, and this cooling system includes the cooling water pump, then condenser. This cold water is taken from some lake or some area, or some water tank is also used, because this diesel power plant is not used at very much large scale, so simple water tanks are also used for this cooling system. So this cooling system cools down the lubrication oil, which is flows inside the diesel engine and then taken out, and then this cycle continues. And also this cooling system controls the temperature within the diesel engine. ठीक है, diesel engine के जो inside temperature बहुत ज़्यादा increase हो जाता है तो उसको भी control करने के लिए, so there is the this cooling system is there. And finally there is the exhaust system. So the exhaust gases from the diesel engine, that is from the exhaust manifold, the gases are taken out, and through the silencer it is fed to the atmosphere. The silencer is required as these diesel engine is creating lots of noise. Okay, so silencer is required at the exhaust level and the exhaust gases are sent out to the atmosphere. Here the function of diesel engine is to produce the mechanical rotatory motion. Okay, So that mechanical rotatory shaft is connected with the generator to produce the electrical output. Okay, so this is the main working and different parts for the diesel power plant. Okay. So next is these are the different parts. First is the engine, a very important part. It may be a 2-stroke engine, it may be a 4-stroke engine. Okay. Then there is the air supply system. And see here, in the large power plants, a superchargers or turbocharger is used for increasing the pressure of input air. Okay, the air that is input to the engine, तो उसका pressure increase करने के लिए above the atmospheric pressure या जितना pressure without superchargers के था उससे भी ज़्यादा increase करने के लिए, तो there are superchargers included in the air supply system. Then there is the exhaust system is there, which includes silencers, connecting ducts are there. Okay, then fuel supply system is there, and the fuel generally used is the diesel here. Next is the cooling system is there, which includes the circulating water circulating pumps, cooling towers, water filter. Okay, cooling water is circulated through the engine block to keep the temperature of the engine in the safe range. Okay, so these are the different parts. Another is the lubricating system, to provide the lubrication to the internal parts of the engine. Then there is the starting system. So commonly used starting systems are petrol driven by auxiliary engine, use of electric motors may be there, or use of compressed air from an air compressor at a pressure of 20 kg per centimeter. So there are the different measures that are used as a starting system. Governing system, that is to maintain the speed of engine as per the load. If the load on the engine increasing and then decreasing, that if it is varied, if the load is a variable load, then it is controlled by the governing system. That accordingly the speed of the engine is controlled using the governing system. And then the various advantages, that is the diesel power plant can be quickly installed and commissioned. Quick starting hai, that's why it is used as the emergency plants. And it requires minimum labor. Plant is smaller, high efficiency is there, located near the load centers. Okay, then the various disadvantages are its capacity is low, if fuel and maintenance cost is high, life is low, lubrication cost is high, and not feasible for the continuous working operations. Noise, creates noise, and cannot be constructed for a large scale type, and also it creates a lots of pollution. Okay, so this is about the diesel power plant. And then another two very important definitions that are related with this diesel power plant. The first one is the cetane number and another is the knocking. Okay, so what is cetane number? It represents the ignition quality of the diesel fuel. Okay, so the diesel fuel that is inserted into the diesel engine, what is the quality? And its quality is measured in the form of cetane number. Okay, running on low cetane number will produce the cold start problems, peak cylinder pressure, combustion noise, high combustion. So these are some of the problems if the cetane number is low. And if the cetane number is very high, it results in the sooner ignition. अभी प्रॉपर फ्यूल और एयर की मिक्सिंग भी नहीं हुई है, इग्निशन स्टार्ट हो जाता है. ओके, एंड एक्सट्रीमली हाई cetane number may ignite before adequate fuel air mixing can take place, so the power output can be reduced. Okay, so the proper range for the cetane number is 50 to 60 for high speed diesel engines and 25 to 45 for low speed diesel engine. इसको याद रखना है थोड़ा सा. Okay, and also this cetane number is measured by comparing the ignition delay time of the sample fuel यहाँ पे कौन सा है, diesel, with the mixture of cetane and alpha methyl naphthalene. इसको terms को थोड़ा सा याद रखना, और ये जो नीचे नंबर दिए हुए हैं, ठीक है. मतलब ये C10 नंबर जो यहाँ पे निकाला गया है दैट इज 50 to 60, इसको हमने ज्यादा डिटेल में नहीं करना है एक्चुअली। तो जो निकाला गया है तो इसमें क्या है कि सैंपल फ्यूल है जो दैट इज डीजल, it is compared with the mixture of this cetane and alpha methyl naphtane. So if this range is between 50 to 60, that is good for the high speed diesel engines, and good range for the low speed diesel engine is 25 to 45. So this is the actual range, and the fuel sample fuel को किससे कंपेयर किया जाता है, that is cetane and alpha methyl naphtane के साथ, दोनों के मिक्सचर के साथ। okay, so next is the knocking. This term is also very important. Knocking is due to the auto ignition of end portion of the unburned charge in the combustion chamber. ठीक है, तो कुछ जो प्रॉपर बर्निंग नहीं हो रही है तो उसके कारण नॉकिंग होती है, जिससे there is a lots of pollution is created, some noise is created, proper compression नहीं हो पाता, proper combustion नहीं हो पाती inside the engine. So as the normal flame proceeds across the chamber, the pressure and temperature of the unburned charge increase due to the compression by burned portion of the charge. And this unburned compressed charge may auto-ignite under certain temperature condition and release the energy at very rapid rate. So this is about the knocking, or it is also called as the detonation, another name for the knocking. Detonation is undesirable as it affects the engine performance and life. Okay, it abruptly increases sudden large amount of heat energy. It also put a limit on the compression ratio at which the engine can be operated, which directly affects the engine efficiency and output. Okay, and the next one is the supercharging. So supercharging is the same, that is included in the air supply system. When the air is intake into the diesel engine, it is inserted superchargers just to increase the pressure of the intake air. Okay, so these are the superchargers, and the various results achieved after supercharging are power increased, fuel economy, mechanical efficiency increases, decreased fuel knocking, and volumetric efficiency increases. Okay, so this is all about the diesel power plants. Okay, now next is the working for the diesel engine, which includes the 2-stroke or 4-stroke engines.
Fundamentals of a 4-stroke EFI gas engine may be helpful to your understanding of Mercury products. Here are the basic components of every 4-stroke gas engine: a piston, a connecting rod, a crankshaft. As the piston travels up and down in the cylinder, this lateral motion is turned into a rotating motion at the crankshaft. The longer the stroke of the piston, the larger the displacement of gas and air occurs in the cylinder.
ये देखो, इस वीडियो में we have already studied previously that there are the two valves are there. This is the intake valve, that is the intake manifold भी बोलते हैं हम इसको, and one is the exhaust valve. ठीक है, और हमने क्या बात की थी, this one is the piston that moves up and down. It is connected with the crankshaft. This crankshaft has a rotatory motion. So for the 4-stroke engine, कि अगर जैसे हम 4-stroke engine की बात करते हैं, तो for each stroke there is 180-degree rotation of the crankshaft. ठीक है, एक स्ट्रोक के लिए कितनी रोटेशन इसकी हो जाती है, that is the 180 degree. And for the one complete cycle मतलब 2 strokes मतलब 360 degree. ठीक है, तो 4 strokes के लिए there are 2 cycles हम बोलते हैं. ठीक है, the 4-stroke engine has 4 strokes. ठीक है, तो फर्स्ट वन था हमारा एक्सपेंशन स्ट्रोक था. ठीक है, देन उसके बाद कंप्रेशन हो जाती है, देन पावर स्ट्रोक इज देयर, देन एग्जॉस्ट स्ट्रोक इज देयर. ठीक है, सो फॉर ईच स्ट्रोक देयर इज 180-degree rotation of the crankshaft, and one cycle consists of 2 strokes and 4 strokes are covered in 2 cycles, that is the 720-degree rotation of this crankshaft. Okay, and this is the piston. When this piston is at its topmost position, तो इसको हम बोलते हैं TDC, that is the top dead center. Okay, when it is at its lowest position, तो इसको हम बोलते हैं BDC, that is the bottom dead center. Okay, अब देखो पिस्टन जब पूरा अपना TDC पे होगा तो उस टाइम पे जो अंदर का वॉल्यूम है वो डिक्रीज हो जाता है, ठीक है, क्योंकि अंदर की स्पेस खत्म हो गई, वॉल्यूम डिक्रीज हो जाता है एंड द प्रेशर इंक्रीजेस. ओके, व्हेन द पिस्टन इज एट BDC, जब लोएस्ट मोस्ट पे होगा तो उस टाइम पे वॉल्यूम इंक्रीजेस एंड प्रेशर डिक्रीज हो जाता है, ठीक है. वॉल्यूम बढ़ जाएगा, मतलब अंदर का जो एरिया है जिसमें फ्यूल और एयर का मिक्सचर हो रहा है वो बढ़ जाता है, और प्रेशर जो है वो डिक्रीज हो जाता है. ओके, सो एक यहाँ पे इनटेक मैनिफोल्ड था, एग्जॉस्ट मैनिफोल्ड था. इन इनटेक और एग्जॉस्ट मैनिफोल्ड पे ये वेल्व्स लगे हुए हैं, जो कि जब इनपुट करना है तो इनटेक वेल्व ओपन हो जाता है एंड फाइनली आफ्टर द कंप्लीशन ऑफ 4 साइकिल्स, मतलब 4 स्ट्रोक्स, तो एग्जॉस्ट वेल्व ओपन हो जाता है और यहाँ से द गैसेस गोज आउट टू द एटमॉस्फेयर. ओके, एंड देयर इज वन मोर वेल्व इन द सेंटर. सेंटर पे ये एक और वेल्व है जिसको हम स्पार्क प्लग बोल देते हैं, एंड इट इज ओपन्ड ड्यूरिंग द पावर स्ट्रोक, ठीक है, जिसमें हम कंबस्शन स्ट्रोक भी बोल देते हैं. एंड हियर द फ्यूल इज इंसर्टेड टू इंक्रीज, टू इंसर्ट द पावर, टू इंसर्ट द स्पार्क. यहाँ पे एकदम से स्पार्क क्रिएट होता है एंड विच रिजल्ट्स इन द फायर बर्निंग इनसाइड द, बर्निंग ऑफ द फ्यूल एयर मिक्सचर इनसाइड दिस इंजन. ओके, तो वहां से फिर गैसेस बनती हैं जिसको कि फाइनली एग्जॉस्ट कर दी जाती हैं टू द एटमॉस्फेयर. ओके, तो अभी फिर से देखते हैं एक बार.
Four-stroke EFI gas engine may be helpful to your understanding of Mercury products. Here are the basic components of every four-stroke gas engine: a piston, a connecting rod, a crankshaft. As the piston travels up and down, is turned into a rotating motion at the crankshaft. The longer the stroke of the piston, the larger the displacement of gas and air occurs in a cylinder. To propel that piston, we need to ignite a tiny bit of gas and a whole lot of air. This creates expansion inside the cylinder. The fuel delivery system consists of an air intake manifold, valves, intake and exhaust, a fuel injector, and a spark plug. A four-stroke engine is called a four-stroke because 4 up and down motions are needed to complete the cycle. In the first stroke, the piston travels downward as the intake valve opens and a mixture of air from the atmosphere and a metered amount of gas from the electronic fuel injector enter the cylinder. This is called the intake stroke. On the second stroke, the piston travels upward, compressing the air and fuel to make a highly combustible mixture. This is called the compression stroke. At this point, the spark plug fires, sending the piston downward from the expansion of the air and gas mixture. This is the combustion stroke. The fourth stroke is the exhaust stroke. As the piston travels upward, the exhaust valve opens to release the burned air-fuel mixture. When the piston reaches the top of this stroke, the intake valve opens and the cycle begins all over again. It takes 1 up and down motion, or 2 strokes of the piston, to create 1 revolution of the crankshaft. RPMs, or revolutions per minute, is how many times the crankshaft rotates within that minute. At wide open throttle, the crankshaft may turn at 5,000 RPMs, or a dizzyingly 83 times per second. Meanwhile, the piston traveled up and down 166 times in that same second. Want to see how fast that is? Now, that's fast. Let's see it again. Amazingly, the four-stroke EFI engine does this smoothly, quietly, and reliably for years and years of operation.
Okay, so this is the video related to the working of the 4-stroke internal combustion engine. Now come to this PPT. So about the history, the first person to build a working 4-stroke engine, a stationary engine using a coal gas air mixture for fuel, was the German engineer Dr. Nicholas Otto. And this is why the 4-stroke principle today is commonly known as the Otto cycle. And the 4-stroke engine using spark plugs often are called the Otto engines. Okay, so it is discovered by the Dr. Nicholas Otto, but he uses the mixture of coal gas and air. Okay. Next is the 2-stroke diesel engine. It is invented by Sir Douglas Clerk, was a Scottish engineer who designed the world's first successful 2-stroke engine in 1878 and patented it in the England in 1881. So he discovered the 2-stroke diesel engine, and finally the 4-stroke diesel engine, that is discovered by the Rudolf Christian Karl Diesel. So as per his name, this is called as the 4-stroke diesel engine. Was a German inventor and mechanical engineer, famous for the invention of the 4-stroke diesel engine. Okay. So the 4-stroke engine was first demonstrated by Nicholas Otto and known as the Otto cycle. It consists of 4 strokes. One cycle operation is completed in 4 strokes of the piston. That is, one cycle is completed in every 2 revolutions. एक cycle यहाँ पे बोला गया है 4 strokes को. ठीक है, जब 4 strokes हमारी पूरी हो जाती हैं, then we called it as the one cycle. And one cycle consists of 2 revolutions. इसको 2 revolutions चाहिए. Okay, of the crankshaft. Each stroke consists of 180-degree rotation of the crankshaft rotation, and hence a cycle consists of 720 degree of the crankshaft rotation. So these are the various parts for the 4-stroke engine. There is intake, there is exhaust. Generally we take intake on this side, but you can take it on any side. There is exhaust valve, intake valve, fuel injector is there, spark plug. This is the piston, connecting rod, then crankshaft. This is the outer body is called as the crankcase. So the 4 strokes are, first one is the intake or suction stroke, then compression stroke, then expansion stroke, and then is the exhaust stroke. Okay, and what is there in the intake stroke? In the suction stroke, piston starts at top dead center. Top dead center से piston start होता है and of the cylinder and moves to the bottom dead center. The outlet valve will be closed and the inlet valve will be open to allow the fresh charge of mixed fuel and air into the cylinder. So for the intake stroke, intake valve is open, exhaust valve is closed, and the piston moves from top dead center to the bottom dead center, where the volume is increased and the pressure is decreased. Okay, now next is the compression stroke, and in case of compression stroke, both the valves are closed. Intake and exhaust valve both are closed, and the piston moves from bottom dead center back to the top dead center. And here the volume decreases and pressure increases. So the fuel air mixture is completely compressed in this compression stroke. So that's why it is called as the compression stroke. And then the third one is the power stroke, where the actual energy is created. So in the expansion stroke, both the valves are closed. When the piston reaches top of its stroke, the fuel is sprinkled by the fuel injector from the center. The fuel is sprinkled into on the air fuel mixture. Okay, and the fuel mixture is ignited due to the high temperature and pressure generated inside the cylinder and push down the piston to the BDC. So here again the piston moves from TDC to BDC, and it is also called as the power stroke or expansion stroke. The power is generated in this stroke is stored in the flywheel for its further utilization in the other strokes. Then finally, there is the exhaust stroke. In this exhaust stroke, the valve is opened when the piston exhaust valve is opened finally, and piston reaches to BDC and moves to upward. So here again, piston moves from BDC to comes to the TDC. The piston pushes out the burnt gases to the atmosphere through the exhaust valve, hence called as the exhaust stroke, and the engine is ready to begin the cycle again. So these are the 4 strokes for the 4-stroke engine. Now next is the 2-stroke diesel engine. So for the 2-stroke engine is first described by Douglas Clerk in 1878. In the 2-stroke engine, one cycle is completed in every revolution of the crankshaft. So for the working of 2-stroke engine, it is widely employed where small power required for the motorcycle or auto rickshaw, scooter. So this type of engine is compact in size, easy for the manufacturing and simple in operation. In 2-stroke engine, there are no inlet and exhaust valve as in the 4-stroke engines. So a 2-stroke engine or a 2-cycle engine is type of internal combustion engine which completes a power cycle in only one crankshaft revolution and with 2 strokes or up and down movements of the piston in comparison to the 4-stroke engine. ये comparison अभी हम आगे जाके करते हैं डिटेल में. So which uses 4-stroke. This is accomplished by the end of the combustion stroke and the beginning of the compression stroke, happening and performing the intake and exhaust functions at the same time. The 2-stroke engines often provide high power to weight ratio, usually in a narrow range of the rotational speeds called the power band. Compared to the 4-stroke engine, they have greatly reduced number of moving parts, are more compact and significantly lighter. So there are only 2 strokes. The first one is the compression stroke is there. The piston moves from BDC to TDC. So it first closes the transfer port and then exhaust port. Okay, so here is the crankshaft. So this one is the piston which moves up and down. Okay, so during the compression stroke, when it moves from BDC to TDC, it closes this exhaust port. Here it is the exhaust port. So जब ये piston ऊपर को move करेगा तो this exhaust port automatically closed. ठीक है, so there are no extra intake or exhaust valves are not there in case of the 2-stroke engine. So these are opened and closed as per the movement of the piston. ठीक है, जैसे पिस्टन ऊपर या नीचे मूव करेगा तो ऑटोमेटिकली जो वेल्व्स हैं वो ओपन या क्लोज होते रहेंगे. पिस्टन ही उनके आगे आ जाता है इनपुट के आगे. Okay, at the same time, a vacuum is developing in the crankcase, so the fresh charge is being drawn into the. As the piston moves towards TDC, the diesel is added to the pressurized and high temperature gas, which in turn ignites the whole mixture inside the cylinder and forces the piston to move downwards. Okay, so when the piston, see here again, when the piston moves to TDC, that is the top dead center, here the diesel is inserted from this spark plug position. Okay, and this whole mixture gets ignited and pushes the piston again to the GDC. तो फिर से अंदर pressure create हो जाता है and the piston moves downwards. So next is the combustion stroke. See here, the combustion stroke, when the combustion stroke starts, the piston is at the TDC, then it moves back to the BDC. In this port stroke, both the ports still closed condition. ये closed condition में है. So the pressure of the expanding gases forces the piston towards BDC. The pressure in the crankcase is already rising. Later in the downstroke, exhaust port will be open and forces out the burned gases. ठीक है, जब ये पिस्टन नीचे को आ जाएगा तो एग्जॉस्ट स्ट्रोक जो है ऑटोमेटिकली ओपन हो जाता है एंड द burnt gases are liberated to the atmosphere. very shortly after that, the inlet oblique transfer port will also open to intake the fresh charge of the fuel mixture, and engine is ready to start off the cycle. Okay, so this is about the 2-stroke and 4-stroke engine. Now this one is the PV graph of the diesel engine. It is also, this question is also there in your assignment also, okay, to draw the PV graph. So this one is the PV graph. So here is the P pressure and volume graph. So these are the different strokes. This one is the intake stroke. Intake stroke. Here the volume increases. The pressure is at its lowest position. Okay. Then after that, this is the compression stroke from number 1 to number 2. This is the compression stroke where the pressure increases and the volume decreases. Okay. Then up to 2, 3, this is the ignition take place when the small fuel is sprinkled from the spark plug. So this is the ignition take place and the pressure in the engine increases to high value. And then 3 to 4, then here is the power stroke, and which pushes the piston again to the downward BDC and reduces the pressure, but volume increases. Okay, then there is the exhaust, which here the exhaust, the pressure further reduced, volume remains same. Okay, so these are the, so this one is finally again the exhaust and again the intake start. So this is a PV graph for the diesel engine. So what is the definition for the heat engine? So heat engine is a device which transforms the the mechanical work. Okay, जैसे we have already seen here in the working of the internal combustion engine, the chemical energy of fuel is used to produce the thermal energy. अंदर heat create होती है, ठीक है, temperature increase होता है, which in turn moves our crankshaft. ठीक है, mechanical energy produce होती है, and that crankshaft produces a rotation to the finally to the generator, which produces the electrical energy. So this heat engine is divided into two types. One is the external combustion engine, another is the internal combustion engine. And in the external combustion engine, the product of combustion of air and fuel transfer heat to a second fluid, which is the working fluid of the cycle. Whereas in the internal combustion engine, the combustion of air and fuel take place inside the cylinder and are used as a direct motive force. Okay, and it can be classified into the following types. ये उसकी further classification है, इसको थोड़ा सा brief में ही देखते हैं. So as per the basic engine design, so it is a reciprocating engine or rotatory engine. Then according to the type of fuel used, maybe a petrol engine, diesel engine, gas engine, alcohol engine. ठीक है. Then as per the number of strokes, 2-stroke, 4-stroke. Then the method of ignition, spark ignition engine or compression ignition engine or hotspot engine. Then according to the working cycle, Otto cycle, diesel cycle, dual combustion cycle. Then according to the fuel supply and mixture preparation, then carbureted type, injection type. Then as per the number of cylinders, single cylinder or multi-cylinder. Then the method of cooling, water cooled or air cooled. Then the speed of engine, that is a slow speed, medium speed or high speed. Then cylinder arrangement, vertical, horizontal, inline, V type. Okay. Then the valve or port design location, overhead or side valve. Then the method of governing, hit and miss governed engines or quantitatively governed engines. Then applications, automotive engines for land transport, marine engines for propulsion of ships, then aircraft engines for aircraft propulsion, then industrial engines, prime movers for the electric generators. Then now this is important, that is the comparison between the external and internal combustion engines. Okay, for the external combustion of air fuel is outside the engine cylinder. Okay, whereas in case of internal combustion, it is inside the engine cylinder. Okay. Second point is the engines are running smoothly and silently due to the outside combustion. As the combustion process is taken outside the engine, so there is smooth running and silent operation is there for the external combustion engine. Whereas the internal combustion engine, it is very noisy, okay, because the combustion process is inside the cylinder. And third point is higher ratio of weight and bulk to the output due to the presence of auxiliary apparatus like boiler and condenser, and hence it is heavy and cumbersome. Okay, it is very heavy, the parts are heavy, high ratio of weight. And on the other side, the internal combustion engine is light and compact due to the lower ratio of weight and bulk to output. Next, fourth point, working pressure and temperature inside the engine cylinder is low. Hence, the ordinary alloys are used for the manufacture of engine cylinder and its parts. And for the internal combustion engine, working pressure and temperature inside the engine cylinder is very much high, hence special alloys are used. And next point is, it can use cheaper fuels, including solid fuels for the external combustion, whereas for the internal, high grade fuels are used with proper filtration. ठीक है, कोई भी बीच में डस्ट पार्टिकल्स वगैरह एंटर नहीं करने चाहिए इंजन में. एंड नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज लो एफिशिएंसी एक्सटर्नल के केस में about 15 to 20%, whereas for the internal combustion engine it is high efficiency about 35 to 40%. And the next point is higher requirement of water for the dissipation of energy through cooling system, and on the other side internal may it is lesser requirement of water. Then for the external, high starting torque is required, and for the internal combustion engines are not self-starting. Okay, so some starting process is required. Now the main components of reciprocating internal combustion engines, so that we have already studied here. One is a cylinder, another is a cylinder head, then piston is there. Okay, you can see the different parts in this detailed diagram. Okay, these are the valve systems. Exhaust valve is there, intake valve, inlet valve is there, spark plug. So this is the cylinder head. Okay, this is TDC, top dead center, bottom dead center. This is the cylinder. This is the combustion chamber, this one. This is a piston. There is a connecting rod. This is the crankshaft, and this outer is the crank case. Okay, so these are the different parts. Okay, and this is a terminology used in the above figure. So this is again the operation for the 4 strokes that we have already studied in our previous PPT. And this one is for the 2-stroke engine. Okay. So I'm again speaking that the question comes in the exam, so you have to draw the separate figure for the position of piston and the position of input and output valves, okay, for each stroke. Okay. And this again very important comparison, that is the comparison between the 4-stroke and the 2-stroke engine. And the first one is a 4-stroke of the piston and 2 revolution of crankshaft. But in case of 2-stroke, there are 2 strokes of the piston and 1 revolution of the crankshaft. Okay, second point, 1 power stroke in every 2 revolution of the crankshaft. मतलब एक cycle में एक power stroke रहता है. Here is 1 power stroke in each revolution of the crankshaft. Okay, because here in the 2-stroke engine, 1 revolution is required for 1 cycle, whereas for the 4-stroke, 2 revolutions are required for 1 cycle. Okay, third point is heavier flywheel due to non-uniform turning movement, and here lighter flywheel due to the more uniform turning movement. Power produced is less in case of 4-stroke, whereas in case of 2-stroke, theoretically power produces twice than the 4-stroke engine for same size. 4-stroke engine is heavy and bulky, whereas the 2-stroke is light and compact. 6th point is lesser cooling and lubrication requirements, and for the 2-stroke, greater cooling and lubrication requirements. 7th point is lesser rate of wear and tear, whereas in case of 2-stroke, high rate of wear and tear. 8th point is contains valve and valve mechanism. Here it contains ports arrangement. Okay, there is exhaust port like which opens and closes as per the movement of the piston. 9th point is high initial cost, and on the other side the 2-stroke has low initial cost. 10th point is volumetric efficiency is more due to the greater time of induction, and on the other side for 2-stroke volumetric efficiency is less due to the lesser time of induction, and thermal efficiency is high in case of 4-stroke, and in case of 2-stroke thermal efficiency is low. And 12th point, it is used where efficiency is important. For example, in cars, buses, trucks, tractors, industrial engines, aeroplanes, power generation, etc. And for the 2-stroke, it is used where low cost, compactness, and lightweight are important. Okay, like in the lawn mowers, scooters, motorcycles, mopeds, propulsion ship, etc. Okay, so this is a comparison between the 4-stroke and the 2-stroke internal combustion engines. Okay, now last, this one, the comparison as per their efficiencies. Okay, between the auto, diesel, and dual cycle. For first point, for same compression ratio and same heat input, the efficiency of auto cycle is the highest, then dual, then diesel. Okay, for constant maximum pressure and same heat input, diesel engine has high efficiency, then dual, then auto. For same maximum pressure and temperature, the diesel engine has high efficiency, then dual, then auto. And for same maximum pressure and output, the diesel engine has high efficiency as compared to auto. So overall, we have seen that the diesel engine gives you the high efficiency in different categories. So this is all about the internal